Hey everybody, what is going on? What's going on? It is Walker and I'm back. Who did y'all expect to come out here? I mean, in all seriousness, who did you... I mean, what? You expect Zack Snyder to come out here? I feel the same way, but you're all still about it, so, whatever. Just, ugh. So, we have another week of comic books. That's right. Another week of comic books. And I've got quite a few comic books for you guys this week. That's right. But I figure before we get started, we talk about the elephant in the room. The Super Bowl this Sunday. You all watched, right? I mean, come on. Super Bowl? Watched? You guys? There you go. Yeah. Some of you watched. I did not watch because football. And it's... Thank you. Wow, this is really starting to... Yeah, no, not a football guy. But I understand a lot of people were pretty upset with it. I'm okay with it. Football. Who cares? Really? I mean, whatever. I don't... It's not that big a deal for me. It's just really not. Like, yeah, it's the Super Bowl. But there were two new trailers from Marvel Studios, an Avengers trailer and a Captain Marvel trailer. So those were those got revealed. They were pretty cool. Yeah. So, yeah, what do you say we talk about some comic books? What? That was the wrong button. Thank you very much. All right. So, let's start off with Detective Comics, issue number 997. So Batman and Mr. Miracle have been captured, and they get tied up, and they're thrown into a tank of sharks. What? Yeah, a tank of sharks. Conveniently enough, though, Batman's utility belt got taken, so he can't use his bat shark repellent. For those of you who don't know about bat shark repellent, you should really go watch the Adam West Batman movie. Yeah, bat shark repellent. Yeah, that'll throw you for a loop. Always keeps it in his utility belt too, and it's a really rather large can. Anyway, whatever. It's Batman, 'cause he's Batman. And so slowly but surely, Batman and Mr. Miracle fight off the sharks. Batman uses the little talons he's got on his gauntlets. Mr. Miracle's kind of wiggling around, trying to get one of the sharks tangled up in the rope, chaining him to the bottom of the tank. But Batman even has little rocket ears that, no joke, the little ears on his cowl have rockets built into them. Come on now. Like, that's super convenient even for Batman. That's just, what the actual hell? I mean, come on. But while they're battling the sharks, whoever this is that's that's trying to kill them with this tank of sharks, makes things worse by throwing a bunch of piranhas into the tank. What? That's right, piranhas, sharks. It's a feeding frenzy. And, I'm getting it good. Give me a rim shot. Thank you. And thank you. You guys are on point tonight. Anyway, yeah, Batman manages to get one of the piranhas to eat his way through one of the straps. He's able to get free, pulls Mr. Miracle and himself out of the tank. And when they get to the tank, they find the goo, cheesy Clayface knockoff that's been trying to kill him for the last few issues. They battle it out. Batman manages to throw him into the tank, and the piranhas and the sharks, have dinner. And Batman has finally figured out who it is that he needs to go and see to make all of this end. And he leaves Mr. Miracle, and he goes off to fight his true foe, Hugo Strange. Yeah. So this is 997, so we have 98, 99, and then 1,000 issues of Detective Comics, and it really feels like they're really building to something. And I really hope they're building to something, and I really hope they're not building to play like they did with issue 1,000 of of Action Comics. Rather, Action Comics was really just a giant story, a giant mini storybook, an anthology, if you will. Which I'm probably sure, that Detective Comics issue 1000 will probably be an anthology as well. But I would really like for it to be an anthology of stories leading up to a larger story, a big story, rather than just getting some rando writers who really want to write, Detective Comics stories, get the opportunity to write Detective Comics stories. But that's just me, I don't know. I don't know what I want from Detective Comics. I do know what I don't want from Detective Comics, which is issue 1000 of somebody writing a story about Batman and Catwoman supposedly getting married and then not getting married. Give me again. That's right. That's what I don't want out of issue 1000. I don't think anybody wants that. Screw you. All right. Let's move on to Black Panther versus Deadpool. So, after the two defeated Jack O'Lantern, T'Challa cuts up Deadpool into little bitty pieces and brings him back to the palace. Because, Deadpool mentioned that you really don't want some psychopath running around on the jet while it's in flight. So, T'Challa took him at his word and, cut him up into little bitty pieces. And he let the head ride in the front seat, right? So, back at the palace, T'Challa puts Deadpool back together on a restraining table, and Deadpool has a failsafe in of course, in his utility belt, because he's Batman. And it's some explosives, and it's got a dead man switch on it. And so, of course, those explosives go off, and Deadpool manages to escape. T'Challa manages to find him, and the two kind of start to battle it out, and Deadpool's teleporter actually starts glitching. And so it kind of gives Deadpool a little bit of the upper hand until the teleporter takes him to an experimental lab where Deadpool finds a Panther suit. Oh yeah, you know where this is going. So Deadpool steals one of the Panther suits, puts it on, and he is now Pantherpool. Yes. Mother flippin' Pantherpool. Okay. So T'Challa finds him, and Black Panther and Pantherpool begin fighting, and Deadpool's teleporter glitches again, and it teleports him into the vibranium mine, which is, of course, exactly where he wants to be, because all he needs is a little piece of sliver of vibranium to take back to save this guy's life that he endangered in the first issue. Go back and a few episodes and you'll figure it out. But he can't, his swords won't cut the vibranium, obviously. So he decides that he's going to use the enchanted crowbar from the Wrecker that he, had from the first issue. Took it from him, conveniently enough. So the enchanted crowbar should be able to cut the vibranium. So he smacks the vibranium with the enchanted crowbar. It doesn't have the intended effect, and the entire mountain of vibranium starts shaking. And oh my god, his teleporter glitches again, but doesn't just teleport Deadpool, it teleports the entire mountain, oh man, to New York City. Yeah, so Wakanda's entire mountain of vibranium now resides in New York City. So, how about that? It looks like it might be, I'm not from New York City, but it looks like it might have been the Jersey Turnpike. I don't know for sure. There was a sign that said New Jersey this way, and it was a big highway turnpike, nothing. Yeah. Thank you. Give me that. Give me the fucking thing. There. It was punny, okay? Yeah. So, don't make fun of my puns. Come on. You gotta give me something here. see what you did there. That's right. All right. So, moving on to Dead Man Logan, issue number 3. Mysterio has finally done it. He has turned Logan against the Avengers and made Logan into everything that he basically feared that he was going to be. And Logan basically sees Captain America, Iron Man, Ghost Rider, She-Hulk as members of the Sinister Six. And there's an innocent bystander that he sees as Mysterio himself. So, of course, Logan is battling the Avengers, thinking they're the Sinister Six, trying to keep him away from Mysterio, and in fact, they're actually trying to keep him away from the innocent bystander. And Sin and her cabal watch with the real Mysterio in a penthouse not too far off. Now, Miss Sinister is basically tired of watching what's going on because she actually knows what is supposed to be happening, and Sin should be getting all the the villains together, and they should be creating this big, larger cabal, and everything should be coming into basically everything should be coming together to create the amount of destruction that was supposed to happen in Old Man Logan's timeline, where the villains managed to win against all of the heroes and everybody dies. However, Sin's really just kind of enjoying watching Logan kick the crap out of the Avengers right now. So Miss Sinister decides that she's going to go leave. She's going to go pout somewhere. And Sin follows her and asks her, like, hey, what's up? And she tells her that, hey, like, you're supposed to be doing this, and you're supposed to be following this plan, and we had this plan set out, and everything is supposed to be coming together, and, like, it's not working out right. You're in Old Man Logan's timeline, the Red Skull, Sin's father, managed to get everybody together. They came together, and they ended up, winning the fight, and then they killed Mysterio so they couldn't do it to him. And you're just not getting it together. So Sin is like, well, screw you if you don't like the way I'm doing things. And she leaves. And it's actually not Sin, it's Mysterio himself. So Mysterio didn't know that part of the plan was to kill Mysterio. So Mysterio's not all that happy about being used as a pawn, I'm sure. Thankfully, though, the X-Men arrive and are able to subdue Logan so that he can be taken back into the X-Mansion. Now, a while back, when Old Man Logan, came to this timeline, he apparently put some kind of failsafe in place so that if this did happen, the X-Men could prevent it. So, yeah, we'll have to see what happens here. I got to tell you, this Dead Man Logan story is getting a little bit, yeah. So, I'm enjoying it though. I mean, to be perfectly honest with you, I think Old Man Logan should have been dead during his fight with the Maestro, the Hulk, the older Hulk from another timeline. That's anyway, Marvel timelines. What are you gonna do? So, let's talk about. Let's see here. Oh, The Punisher, issue number 7. That's right. So, Frank has been offered protection by this Sister Mercy, and he's refused.
He tried to make him an offer he couldn't refuse, but somehow he refused it. I don't know what this guy,
So later in the yard, not that yard, shut up. While Frank is doing 500 sit-ups, yeah, right. A guard attacks. Although, did you see that guy's abs? 500 sit-ups. I mean, come on. Anyway, whatever. The guard attacks an inmate, and Frank steps in, attacks the guard, and shoves his baton down his throat. Yeah, so, chocolate. Yeah, so, for that, he gets thrown into solitary, where a few more guards try to attack him until Taskmaster steps up, and, he's telling the guards, like, hey, like, you're not supposed to be dicking with him, the orders. Like, he's supposed to stay alive because that's the way Zemo wants it. And so he takes Frank and throws him back into Gen Pop. Later, Frank learns that the guards took out their anger on a few prisoners. And when Frank steps up to defend Sister Mercy, he gets put in the infirmary by the guards. He just basically took the beating that Sister Mercy was going to get. Sister Mercy then comes to ask him, while he is in the infirmary, to help her and her gang take control of the prison. Yeah. You know, I gotta tell you, reading The Punisher during this last year, uh, really has really just kind of made me feel like I was missing out on a lot because I did not read The Punisher. Excuse me, prior to the Iron Punisher, and yeah, I really feel like I was missing out on something, and I apologize to all of you because I should have been reading The Punisher. I really should have been. So I apologize to myself. I apologize to my comic book collection. All right, let's talk about some X Force issue number 2. The team has gone to the country of Transia, yes, that is the country, where they have been rounding up any and all mutants to take to camps in this country. We find out that the president is working with Ahab, who says he can cure the mutant gene and is experimenting on the captured mutants. We also find out that the president is working with another person. We don't know who, but we do find out that there is another person in this whole thing when his messenger comes through some kind of portal with a warning to the president telling him, hey, you were supposed to be taking in these mutants and, giving them safe harbor. You were not supposed to be, taking them to camps and torturing them and hurting them. And the president's like, you can f off. And he kills the messenger and throws him back through the portal. Yeah, so, I mean, yeah. On top of all this, it seems as if the members of X-Force do not trust this younger Cable. For those of you who remember me talking about extermination, a younger version of Cable came back and killed the older Cable. And so now we have Cable, but a younger version, probably like his mid-20s, mid-30s, early 30s, maybe, I don't know. It's hard to tell with Cable because he's always had gray hair. So, yeah, wow. I'm going to keep reading this X-Force book just because the X-Force books have always kind of been a favorite of mine as far as, when we got that Weapon X-Force, I was kind of, I don't know what I'm going to do with this, but, these X-Force books, I miss Deadpool and Logan and Wolverine being on the same X-Force team, but, I'm sure it'll probably happen eventually. Okay, let's see, okay, let's talk about Age of X-Men, issue number 1. So, in this world, mutants are everywhere and accepted by everybody. It's basically a utopian society for mutants all over the world. Or so things seem. One night, after Jean and Bishop hook up, yeah, Jean and Bishop. Who saw that coming? I didn't. A team called Extremists come for Bishop and arrest him for engaging in a forbidden relationship. Now, let's not do the whole, it's the white chick and the black guy. That's not what this is about, okay? Apparently, in this world, love is not something that is accepted. Giving into your base desires of passion is not something you're supposed to be doing. So, this team called Extremists come and basically deal with people like that. Starting to get a little bit tired. Yawning. Apologize. He does manage to fight back and escape. However, the next morning, at an X-Men meeting, Bishop has been replaced as if he was never actually there, and replaced with X-23 as if she has always been there. So, yeah. The topic of conversation at the morning meeting is the sudden appearance of some propaganda with the face of Apocalypse that says it's okay to love. No, give me the other one.
What?
Thank you. Jesus Christ.
What?
I don't know, just sometimes,
What?
I don't know, sometimes you touch the thing and it does, it's, It's kind of like a dude's dick.
What?
Yeah, sometimes you touch it, it works. Sometimes you touch it, it don't work. I don't know. But anyway. Not that I've ever strike that. Okay. Anyway. So yeah, so apparently this entire age of X-Man, excuse me, again, a yawn, and I'm not even remotely tired. I hate yawning, you know? Like, it needs to not, like, we need to figure out a cure for yawning. This got real off conversation real quick. So, yeah, just give me a, hold on a second, slap me awake. All right. I think that'll be a little bit better. Ooh, now my cheeks hurt. Ooh, okay. All right. Yeah, so, nope. Didn't do it. Oh, God. Oh, Jesus H. All right. All right. Last book, and I'm going to be done. Because I feel like I'm just going to continue to yawn over and over and over again, and that'll just make for bad material. Okay, so, Old Lady Harley, issue number 4. I don't know what the heck is going on with this thing. You know, I got this little stylus for my tablet here, and sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. It's still the same thing like my finger did. It just sometimes it just doesn't. I don't know. Whatever. I just, you know, it is what it is. You work with what you got. I don't know. So Harley and her team have made it to Vegas finally. And they're here to see Lobo, who is the mayor of Vegas, because that's not weird at all. And to talk to Lobo, Lobo takes them to his favorite strip joint. And, oh, don't trust me, it gets better. So while at this strip joint, everybody gets lap dances. Yay! Even Red Tool, who gets engulfed by a giant, hold on a minute, one-eyed, 8-breasted slug beast.
What?
Yeah, more like it. So yeah. So Lobo tells Harley about the night Joker died, and that night it was Lobo and Aquaman who had found the Joker, and like he had popped some kind of smoke grenade, and they're, you know, kind of fighting in the smoke, and just by sheer dumb luck, Aquaman, oh, there it goes again. God, oh, this is horrible. This is horrible quality stuff, and I apologize for that. God almighty. Nothing seems to be working right. Maybe I should wait until tomorrow to record. We'll just strike the whole thing and redo it. No, we don't do that here. We do not do that here. All right. So by sheer dumb luck, Aquaman blindly swings his trident and cuts the Joker's head off. It looks like he cuts the Joker's head off. I'm not sure if he cuts the Joker's head off, but he definitely kills the Joker. And Lobo decides that he's going to take credit to keep Aquaman's reputation intact. So, you know, okay, so the gang goes to Atlantis to see Aquaman to get a verification of this being true. And in Atlantis, things have greatly changed since it became the new California. Yeah, I don't know. So while there just happens to be a World Leaders Summit going on, and Power Girl, Lex Luthor, and the zombie Canadian president are all there to meet with Aquaman to discuss some kind of world thing. I don't know. It doesn't really matter. Because what's really going on is the Joker's gang shows up, infects a buttload of fish with the Joker virus. It's not funny. Thank you. And, you know, just a little bit of fish humor. And there was no fish joke. Shut up. God almighty. All right, so these fish start to attack the Atlantis dome, manage to bust through it. In the ensuing chaos, Joker's gang capture Harley, and they take Harley to see the Joker. Yeah, that's right. So, yeah, I mean, dude, I gotta tell you, if I gotta tell you, if you're not reading Old Lady Harley, when the trade comes out, you really need to pick it up. And just uh, the amount of silly humor. I've said it before. This is DC's answer to Deadpool. This is everything a Deadpool comic should be and is, and just it's everything I believe a Harley comic definitely should be. I don't actually read the Harley comics very much. I know that a lot of the Harley comics are like this, but yeah, I mean, this is awesome. I'm absolutely loving this. So, more old lady Harley, less age of X-Man. So, with that is going to be it for this week's episode. Thank God, because I don't think I could take any more yawning, and here comes one now. Okay. With that, before this yawn hits, I'm going to say that I am out, and I will see you guys next week. Wait, hold up. If you're still listening to this part of the podcast, I have a secret for y'all. Okay? You ready? I have not said on the podcast yet what the February book I'm giving away is. And that's because I'm not supposed to be telling you guys. But I'm giving away a free comic book this month, just like I did last month with Deadly Class, Volume 1. This month's comic book for the month of February is the Hellboy Omnibus Volume 1. Okay, we're talking Seeds of Destruction, the Mike Migliano run, okay? Head over to walkwithgeek.com/giveaway. Go to walkwithgeek.com and click on the giveaway link. Fill that out, okay? You can get in your chance to win a copy of Hellboy Omnibus Volume 1. That's right. I'm not talking just the trade Seeds of Destruction story. The first volume omnibus. So get over there, fill it out, all right?